Hello, hello. Good day,
Hey.
good morning, good evening.
Hey everyone.
Got me stressed there, Joyce, thinking there was no
I-
LinkedIn users joining.
It's just my fault. User error.
It's all good. We have plenty of people joining from all of the places. So we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn. If you're joining us from one platform and it's laggy or you can't hear the sound or anything, just jump to the other one because we're everywhere. But yeah, that said, welcome. My name's Arlemi. I'm a developer advocate at Postman. I'm here with many people. So if you have attended any other previous stream, there's usually like two of us, three tops. But today,
It's a full house.
It's full house. I'm with Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
Hi.
Who are you? What do you do?
Oh, hi. I'm Joyce. I'm in developer relations as well. I'm in San Francisco, so it's a little bit dark here. It's not as bright as it is, at least at Arlemi and Jan's place.
And speaking of Jan, hello. Who are you?
Hey there. I'm Jan. I'm from Germany on the developer relations team. I'm a program manager and I love to tinker with IoT stuff and lights, especially. It's so much fun. Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Ian, not to confuse with Jan.
Jan. Yeah, Jan and Ian, and of course put us right next to each other in the panel. So, hi everybody, I'm Ian. I'm also a developer advocate here at Postman as well. And like Jan, I love nerding out on IoT stuff and tinkering with electronics and 3D printing and so on.
Nice. So there's a few people asking what we're going to do today. We've mentioned lights twice, and you may have seen, so behind Ian, there's tons of lights. You can't miss them. Behind Joyce, there's one. And behind me, there's a pool one there that I had to set up so you could see it. And Jan has some hidden in his somewhere in his house. We don't know where, but we'll be able to see them as well. So the plan today is that we all have different lights. In previous streams or as personal projects, we've made them accessible using APIs. And now the point is that we want to sync them all. So we'll walk you through how we've set them up, and then we just work together to call them all at the same time and see if we can do some fancy sync stuff. But before we do that, as we do at every beginning of streams, we do, in case you missed it, and we had, sorry if I butcher your name, but Tiagaraju asking what's the next thing from Postman. I'm not going to tell you about the next thing. I'm going to tell you about the just previous thing that was released yesterday. So Joyce, if you don't mind, bring my screen. Nice. Can't see much there. Okay, that's much better. we can still see your messages, by the way. But one of the things we released probably this week, I want to say, beginning of the week. If you've ever worked in Postman and you've had any unresolved variables, you probably know that pain of having to see where that variable is, but also once you've identified which one it is, where it is, just go in and updating it. So we've kind of made that whole experience better. Now, if you have an unresolved variable, so this used to be the previous experience, it just shows you it's unresolved. Go and fix it. Maybe we'll tell you.
Zoom in a scotch?
Oh, I can sure.
Just a scotch. Thanks.
It will tell you it's somewhere. So now you have this. tells you first it's much more visible because it's not just like just gonna that it's not just the color that changes, it's not just orange red, it's actually highlighted, but also you'll have a prompt straight there to just add as a new variable, so you can set up a new variable from there, and you can put it in whichever environment, collection, scope you'd like. So that's one. We have another one that was released yesterday, and we don't even have a blog for that one, so I'm just going to jump to the release notes. If you do anything with the proxy and interceptor, one of the things that has always been not tricky, but was not straightforward, was like getting the cookies from your requests to make sure that you could just stay logged in on the page and do the same type of request from Postman that you would on the website. So you could do a one-time sync, but now you can keep them in sync. So it's just simply called auto sync. So if you want to learn more about that, check the release notes. I'll put a link to that in the chat. Am I missing anything? Or are we all good? I think we're all good. I'm not getting any signs, so I'll go with we're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's in case you missed it, out of the way. We have Tech Dinos are saying, "Oh, proxy stuff looks slick." Indeed, if you've not played with the proxy before, please do, because it is fun, especially if you want to automate stuff and you're not sure what API is being called, etc. Use the proxy, just sniff all the requests, put them in your Postman, and replay them and see what you can do with them.
We just had a stream where we used the proxy, and it was the last one with Cypress. We proxied calls, reverse engineering them so that we could test them. So yeah, it's really, I feel cool when I use the proxy.
Yeah, me too. It's just I used it once to transfer cards from Trello to GitHub. I just used the proxy, so which API codes were used in both sides, and automated the transfer using it. And just like being able to run through the collection and seeing everything popping up everywhere without me having to do anything is just like one of these feel good moment.
But Interceptor has the cooler name, right?
Yeah, it is a better name, but we'll see which one we'll keep going with. Okay, so that's the in case you missed it. Now let's do some lights stuff. So as I mentioned, we all have different setups. I want to give everyone a chance here to walk through their setup, kind of tell us how it's working, what API exists or which one they've built, and that's going to give us an idea of what we need to build afterwards. So, any volunteer to go first?
Sure, I can start.
Okay, Ian, you go.
Screen over here. All right, so this is
going to bring it on the screen. Yep, there you go.
So this is a workspace that I made for the new light bar that I have down here on my desk behind me, and it's I don't know if it's pronounced Govee or Govee, but I made a workspace for this, so you can just go search for Govee Developer API version 1.4. Let me grab the workspace and I'll drop that. Can I drop that in chat for everybody?
You can put it in the private chat and then we'll forward it for you.
Yep. So I basically took their documented API and basically built some endpoints for this. So I can come in, for example, and I can change the color. So I can remove all the red. And when I send that over, see it just changed to blue over here behind me. So you can do some pretty interesting animations and so on with it inside the phone app, but their public facing API is a little bit more limited. So I've got that one. And then I've got a whole other collection that I showed on the stream last time I was on with Joyce and Arlemi about controlling the nanoleaf panels and making them flash and flicker. So I've got that one as well.
Cool. So today we're gonna play with the Govee one.
Yeah, I think today it'll be a little bit faster to work with the Govee.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Joyce, do you want to go?
Yeah, my light's a Hue light. It's a Hue Go, if Jan reminds me correctly what it's called. It looks like a little bowl. It's actually tucked away here in this space helmet behind me. And I've previously had streams where we're hitting it. So it's actually running off of a Raspberry Pi. The public endpoint is running off of a Raspberry Pi in the other room that's running on a Kubernetes cluster. And it's open. It's an open domain, so anyone can hit it and wake me up in the middle of the night. But don't do it. I'm on San Francisco time. Don't do it.
Well, some people did it before. I remember.
Yeah, some people did, Arlemi. Thank you for that.
It wasn't me. Okay, I'm actually going to go next because I have not quite the same setup, but I have the same light right here, which is also a Hue Go. Difference being, I didn't go all fancy with Kubernetes, etc. All I have is a local server and ngrok, which is something that allows to tunnel requests from an external endpoint to my local server, and that calls that API. So if I can share my screen quickly, let me put that here. So that's my server. It's very easy to break. It's the simplest server you can have. All it does, it's getting a request and forwarding it to my other local host, and then I have ngrok running right here, and you can see that's my now public endpoint. Anything that goes to that URL is being forwarded to this one, and that's pretty much it. So all I'll have to do is calling that endpoint, and all the comments to that are going to be sent to here.
That's risky showing us your code. We know how you're not
Yeah.
validating inputs.
I mean, if you want to, there's not much you can do to my light, I'm afraid. And this is not, whatever you're calling on my local host isn't like, you're not calling my router or anything. You're calling directly the API of, like the IP of the light. So worst case scenario, you make it blink. Best case scenario, I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Sweet.
And I guess like the more complete one, in terms of like coding, is Jan's one. So go ahead.
Well, I don't know, but if I wasn't busy now, well, showing off here, I'd definitely try to hack you, Arlemi, and prove you wrong that it's only like exposing an API or something. Yeah, there's probably more to explore. Can you share my screen? Yay. So what you see here is a matrix of light strips. It's WS2812B or something. I don't remember exactly. They are aligned like vertically next to each other. 28 strips and 14 LEDs in one column. So I'm going to show you only one pixel right now. Sending it on now. Bottom left. Should be on. If it's not hanging, shit. I'm sorry. There we go.
There it goes.
Yeah, I have to reload the page. It's not. I hope it doesn't happen later because that would be awkward if it doesn't sync because
Oh yeah.
well, it still was synced, but it didn't show up because my CCTV camera lags. I didn't have time to get something better there. I thought maybe a webcam would have been better, but yeah, this is what I have. We have to go with it. And yeah, if you want to see a bit more on that, how to program it via an API, I can show you this one. And give me a second. Yeah, so you would call this. No, I don't know. Not yet. Later.
Okay.
There was also a public IP address in it.
Okay.
That's necessary for our little challenge. But yeah, that's fine for it now.
Okay. I'm just gonna get a second to answer some questions. We had one about, do we have a plugin to integrate Postman with VS Code? We don't have an official one. We do have some created by, I think, solutions engineers. So if you look for Postman VS Code and then Mattable, I think, is the one who created it. and then maybe one day we'll have one. Nothing I can say.
Nothing you can say publicly. Just
Nothing I
kidding.
can say
I made it sound mysterious. It's not that mysterious.
And then we had someone saying GitHub is down for more than half an hour. I send hugs to their SRAs because that's usually what we do in these cases. And hopefully they come back up soon. We're not using them today, so
yeah.
we'll be fine. And then maybe people will join the stream because they can't work with GitHub. I don't know. Maybe we get more viewers. Okay. Now let's jump into the main part of the stream where we try to link all that together. So there's different ways we could do it. We could create a single collection and have like each request in there and just send it. That would be the easy way. But then I was like, I'm not going to make it easy for my colleagues. That wouldn't be fun. So I thought we would use flows. So if you're not familiar with flows, it's a kind of a UI where you can link requests together and then trigger the requests, and it just does whatever is in your flow. It's going to be better when I show it. So I'm going to go ahead and set up what we're going to work with today. First step, so we're going to do that in a public workspace. Do we want to do that in public workspace, or do we want to do a team one, actually?
I don't think we can do flows in public workspaces. So if we're going to do a flow, it'll have to be private right now.
So I think they've just enabled it. So that would be...
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Yeah,
no. It's still coming soon.
Oh, is it?
It might be. They might have done a staged rollout. I'm not sure.
Okay, I see. Okay, so let's do... That's fine. We'll do a private one. I'm just going to show the different collections that other people can use.
Wait, I see it in some.
Yeah,
so in some workspaces.
Well, let's see if it's in ours. So that should be... No, that's Postman. So I'm going to look at the public API network of the DevRel team. Get a random workspace.
There's one called Hacking the Home.
Oh, we
could actually put our stuff in there.
Flows. Maybe not.
You chose poorly.
I chose very poorly. Is this one in the DevRel one?
Yes.
But I think the flow's not wanting to load at the moment.
Yes, but you can create a flow. So we do have a request.
Okay.
Public.
If people want public workspaces, then we'll do public workspace. That's fine. So good thing with that workspace, if we use that one, is that there's already Joyce's collection. So that's the one you can use to call Joyce's light. There's a working in production thing there, and there's all the documentation in here. And
I see John's work alias is already changing the color of my light.
Yay.
I'm going to send a link to that workspace so you can all join us there. And if you're joining us there, you should be... Let me just make sure that I can go to... Send it to our friends on LinkedIn as well, because I don't think it would be there. Put it in the LinkedIn comments. If you're joining us there, you'll see your name popping up here. So we have Dimitris, who just joined us. And we'll see you pop up because now we have like a real-time view of who's in the public workspace. Okay, so we have already Joyce's one. Ian, is your collection somewhere I can go and...
Yeah, I just forked it over, so it just showed up in your interface there. So it's the Govee developer API. Yep.
So we have this one. Jan, is there one we can bring, or?
I think I have to live input it, but no worries.
Okay, then in that case, the good thing with mine is that because it's the same light as Joyce, I can just use the same collection. So all we'll have to do now is get the one from Jan, and we should be ready to go.
Arlemi, we do have a quick question from the audience.
Yep. Is the Postman still using Chrome at the back end? No, for a long time. I think we've deprecated the Chrome app for
at least 4 years.
At least 4 years, yeah. So we're not using Chrome. Some people still have it because
Yeah.
it's just synced in your add-ons, and you just bring it from one place to the other, and it's kind of a relic now. But yeah, we don't do Chrome. It's actually not supported, so I would not recommend using the Chrome extension. Get the latest version from postman.com/downloads.
To be clear, you're not recommending the Chrome extension. You're just not recommending the Chrome app running on Chrome OS or
Yep.
whatever Chrome OS is
Yep.
called.
Yep.
Chromium, maybe? I don't know.
I would not know. Okay, so I'm going to create the flow, and that's where it's going to start to be fun, because flows can actually be used by multiple people at the same time. Well, that's not a good start. That's not what I want to see. Me recreate? Huh. Interesting. Maybe we'll have to use a...
Team workspace?
Oh, no, there we go. Okay. So now, all of you, Jan and Joyce, I'm sending you the link in the private chat, so you should be able to join me there. And we should be able to start adding stuff to it and see it. I'm going to zoom out so that we can see everything. Let's see. Okay. That's not me. Okay. Let's try to not step on each other's feet.
What do you mean?
So, like, yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean.
We're all modifying each other's stuff here.
Yeah. So I think we'll have to agree on like, is there a block to write text? Let's see. I don't think there is. Condition check. No.
I'm just connecting things. Are we supposed to actually make things work?
We will. I think that's the point today.
Oh no.
Okay. I can't. Yeah, obviously can't remove you from that. Okay. Stop. Let's explain
sorry.
what we're going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to. How are you doing, Jan, with your collection?
I added a collection called DIY Matrix.
Yep.
And there's only one request in there called Matrix, but
Yep.
if you call it, it turns on my light now. The thing is, I've put in basic authentication and it's in there. So
Yep.
whoever wants to play around with it could send me pictures. You would need to understand the body request.
Yeah.
It's JSON, it's rather simple. But yeah, go on, send me a picture.
So if I send it, let's see. Is that going to give me a status? Okay.
Try it again.
I can't see your screen anymore. So, okay.
There we go. You just sent it.
Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So
there it goes.
we have all the collections set up. So we have everything we need to get started. We just showed you flow quickly. So that's what I meant. You have a flow of data that passes from requests to different things. And we'll have 4 different lines, one for each of our lights. So I'll claim the top one. That's going to be my line. Who wants the second one?
I'll claim the second one.
Okay, so Joyce gets the second line. I'll let you add a one here. Who wants the third one?
I'll take the third one.
Okay, and then Jan, you can have the bottom one. So I'm max zoomed out here, so just make sure you can all fit in the screen so that people can see what we're doing. And maybe
All of the lights. Whoever's on third row, please move slightly further down, as you are blocking my drop down.
I'm gonna put our faces to the right just so we can see everyone. Okay. So if you're all like new to Postman's bread and butter is not flows. Postman's bread and butter is many other things, but this is a kind of new thing that we've had. So it's a nice way to start playing around and see how we can collaborate with multiple people on a single flow. So I'm going to call this one, actually, I'll rename it to follow the lights, obviously. Can I use emojis here?
We'll find out. Are you on a Windows machine?
I am on a Windows machine. Nice. Okay, so I see Joyce is already starting to do things. Just quickly check in with my peers here. I think Ian, you're kind of familiar with flows. You've done a demo using them. Joyce, you've done some, but I don't think you've built anything with them.
Nope.
And Jan, what's your experience with flows?
None.
Okay.
But that's okay, I think.
So, question. How would you all like to go ahead with that? Should we do one by one, or do we want to do it all on our end and then see what we have at the end?
So I definitely need help there.
Let's work
I have
together.
no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with mine, because, well, you pick me as the host. That's what you get. I get to pick who goes first, and it's going to be me. So...
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
We're in a public workspace now.
Yep.
And people can access our flows.
Yep.
Can they hit start
Ooh.
and then run our thing?
It's a good question. So I'm going to open that in a private window, see what the experience as a...
And Shilpa confirms, yes, we're going to do it one by one.
There was an error. So flows in public workspaces are pretty new. So that might be what they see. Just they could not find the flows. And what if I try to access it with another account? We log into a different account.
Yeah, I suppose I'll post a link to the flow. If people can go here and tell us what do you see and what can you do?
Yeah, I actually don't want to switch accounts because that might be too risky. Just gonna do...
But I turned on my light from the flow. Works on my machine.
Wait, you already finished yours? That was easy.
I mean, I turned it on. I didn't do much.
Okay. So let me try mine. Flow not found. Okay, so everyone's seeing flow not found. So it's good to know, because then it means I need to make sure it's always visible on my screen so you can see what we're doing. So we're doing mine. So I'm just going to zoom in on the first line for now. Let me create a new one. So I'm going to the start of the flow. I'll add a new event, it's called. So I'm going to click the plus button here.
Wait, one person can see, Demi can see the same screen but can't click the start, which is,
Okay,
I think,
that's
yeah.
probably
So
what you want. Oh.
Yeah, I just logged in with my private Postman account, and it's exactly that. You can see the flow. You can probably also see the authentication details, but you can't start the flow.
Okay, that's good. Can you move them around?
Joyce, someone also asked if they could if you could post that link on LinkedIn as well.
I'm looking for it. Thank you.
Can't move anything around.
Okay,
I
nice.
can't modify anything.
That's what we'd want. Okay, so I'll click start. I'm going to search for the send request block, which is right here. And I'm going to move that to the top. So when I create a new block, I have a couple options. I can add the request that I want to send, and that's based on the... So I'm going to click that, and it basically goes and looks at the different collections that are in the public workspace. And so I'll get to choose what I want to send. So I'm going to send the turn on the light in Joyce's kitchen, and then I'll get the working locally, and I'll get the turn on off endpoint. If I were using an environment, which I probably am actually, let me think. I would add the environment here. So let me quickly check. We do not have an environment for that one. So what are the variables? Just localhost. Okay, cool. So going back to my flow. If I send this, it's probably not going to work because I've not set up the localhost variable. So I'm actually going to create another. Oh, it's going to get messy. No. going to create another one, which is create durables. So durables are the variables of flows, which are called durables. And I'm going to link this one here. And I create a durable called localhost and put the value of my ngrok. Choose this one. I can't paste. How do I make that?
We don't know. Oh yeah, cool.
I don't want that to be a string. I want that to be a... Oh, I do want that to be a string, but it's...
But without the space in the beginning.
Yeah, without the space at the beginning. I have my localhost. It's a string. And now... Who's linking things to my durable?
Me.
Okay. I'll be...
He's trying to ambush you, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to start
I would never do that.
To see what happens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this one failed.
Picture to me.
So all of your lights are already working. Just mine is not.
My matrix just refreshed.
Failed to execute the request. Check console for more information. So I'm going to go in the console. Add your own localhost here. Oh.
Arlemi, can you collapse your left sidebar just to make a little bit more room?
Yep. There we go. So I think if I look back here, it didn't actually replace the variable there.
Do you need to select did you make an environment? Or
I didn't. No, I was just gonna create a new variable called the same name and assign it, but I can use an environment if that does not work. Or do I need to do that?
People on the chat got pretty quiet. I think they're trying to hack us right at the moment. Putting together their own requests. I'm wondering what I'm going to be seeing on my matrix in a few minutes.
Okay, what if I do that here? It worked.
What did you do differently?
So it didn't work when I created the durable before that block, but it did work when I used these assigned values to variable in this same block.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure why, but that's how. So I'm going to remove this one because it's not useful. And I'm going
So is that a totally new variable type, a flows variable that doesn't exist in the... That's a new variable type then.
Could be. What I would like to do, so I don't have to go in here and edit the turn on or off. So that's the endpoint I'm using. And basically what it does, it sends the true or false here. So if I replace that with the variable, it would be state, I guess. Now in my flow, I can assign state. Oh, it's actually picking it up as well.
Nice. Love that autocomplete.
Yeah. I can assign state to false. And if I send it, it turns off my light.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. So now
Fancy.
I'm set up. I can do everything in the flows. Joyce is next. So Joyce shouldn't be too different from mine.
What?
Yeah, you pick number 2.
Oh my gosh, let me minimize my game that I'm playing. Netflix is running. Oh, I got so many windows. Okay. You want me to share my screen, or do you want me to just do it and then have it show up on your screen?
It's probably better if you share your screen, actually, because there's a
Dang
bit
it.
of jumping around.
Okay. I don't even think I shared my screen to begin with. Or tested that. Let's see. You guys see that?
Yep.
Decently? Okay, so I actually Arlemi was working locally. There's an echo.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Arlemi was working locally because he was going to swap out localhost with ngrok URL. I'm in the working in production folder, and this is the post to update my light color. And this is what my body looks like. So on true, saturation, brightness, and hue. I'm going to try Arlemi's little secret because I didn't know you could do that. So I'm going to variabilize something and then just set it in flows. So I'm not changing it for everyone else. I'm just changing it in my local flow. How did you do that? So I learned this from John's work alias. When my light is too bright, because of how camera holes work, it looks weird. So I'm going to try to variabilize this into like, how did you do this? Did you just go like brightness?
Yep.
Okay, so if I save it there, and then I go to the flow. Whoa!
Nice.
Hold on. So here's my row. And all I did was connect a noodle, create a block send request, and then I selected the request just like Arlemi did, except I'm doing a different endpoint. Now I can assign a variable. Did you have to do anything else besides just do the key value?
Nope, that's it. And it should find it when you do.
Why?
Yeah, that is good.
Wait, I had a variable called product. Oh yeah,
that's your base
that's
URL.
my base URL. Oh, and interestingly, I can see. Well, it makes sense that I see Arlemi's, the stuff that Arlemi did because we're collaborating in the same workspace. Let's just say 50. Do I want number?
I think it's a number. Yeah.
I think your JSON payload was a number before. Yeah.
Okay. You think that works? Is there a save button? Is that it?
No, it automatically saves.
Did I do it?
I think so.
Try it.
Well, nothing will have changed. I need to turn it off first.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or you
it's
could just
on already.
set the brightness to like 10 or something, and then start the flow and see if it dims.
Is 40 discernible to the human eye?
I guess we'll see.
Absolutely.
Somebody hit the start.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
I'll hit the start.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Wait, is
It went
on?
off.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it is on. Just that's actually very good.
It's
so
really, really dim. Yeah.
Let's switch to the next person. Somebody update my. Wait, will the variable live in your area? See, somebody bump it back up to 50, and then, you know what I mean. Wait, but let's show it. Who's doing it?
I'll do next.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Ian is next.
Ian.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come in here. So I've got it shared. So if I change your value to 50,
make it 500.
No, my camera
and close
hole.
that, and hit start.
Wait, it's working so hard.
Yeah, it's
Trying something.
I think it's having issues. How do you feel, Flo?
Yeah, I think.
I do like you're
overwhelmed.
adding different effects. Do you see that ombre pulse effect, that Knight Rider pulse effect?
Yeah, I feel like
Nice.
there's nothing going out of your start thing there.
It went out there, I think. Didn't it?
No, it is.
Yeah,
It is connected. Yeah.
There we go. Oh no, it did. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to actually be running anything from my
yeah.
side.
So the thing I just didn't notice at the bottom right of your screen, you have the desktop agent that's saying no.
Oh, good eye, Arlemi.
Ooh.
Yeah, try Cloud Agent. That should be enough for the stream. Aha.
There we
There
go.
we go.
And it went brighter. Yay!
Wow.
Yes, the
Yeah, I think I had it
attention
on
to-
desktop because I was doing stuff with my Nano Leaf, and that has to use the local network. So cool.
No,
So
I think
I can go in and I
so-
can go in and I can edit Joyce's variable then for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think, yeah, ideally, I'm thinking, because a lot of us are going to use the same variables, right? So brightness, hue, on, off, or like a boolean. So if we were able to set these prior to all of our flows running, then we wouldn't have to do that for every single block. We would have the variables defined at the start, and then we would all go with the same
To
values.
sync it.
Yeah, to actually have them synced and not just like manually. Okay, quick question. Is there an endpoint Postman API key to console the flow's information to then execute the flow through Newman? Not yet. Flows are still in beta, and they're not, for now it's in Postman thing only. But there's definitely potential for it to be used and triggered from a webhook, etc. So maybe one day, but not now.
And in the
I
top
like how
right-hand
Carlos
corner,
thinks.
yeah,
It's,
you can provide your feedback. Put in that feature request.
That interconnecting things that Carlos does is like, love it.
Okay, you're already sharing your screen, Ian.
Yeah.
So show us how you do it.
All right. So let's see. So I have this thing set to actually set the color of the light bar behind me. You can't really see it because my my name label right here is kind of covering the light, but you can kind of see the light like coming up the wall a little bit. So if I come over to the collection and I say change the color, and if I set the red value down to 0, I'll set the green to 255 and blue to 0, then we should see my wall turn green over here when I go back to flows. So go back to flows. Oh, I have to save it over here. Always remember to save your work. Come back over to flows. And then if I hit start over here, my wall should turn green. It's my fingers. Oh, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Why did that not work?
Can you check the console? I bet we could have figured out that other desktop agent thing if we just, don't you think? Actually,
Probably.
the console might be noisy.
So yeah, so if we go look at the terminal in flows, then we can see that Joyce and I each set a different, let me pull this over here, over here. So Joyce and I actually set up our own terminals, and we gave our terminal a different group. And this is how you can isolate sort of the signals that are coming through the flows. So it's kind of like a console log that you can divert to a different sort of channel, I guess. So Joyce has one, and I've got one, and no one else has a terminal. But by default, it'll just use a channel called default. And so if we come into terminal and I go to Ian, then this is all of the input that we see here. So in this case, it's actually showing me device not found.
Yep.
So that's why I didn't change the color to green, because it didn't see something about like the API key and the model number and things like that. So
Fair.
I did pick the environment for the Elgato key light.
So
is this come up here?
Yeah, is this by any chance? No, you have it. Yeah, I'm wondering if the API.
I have my API key in here.
Yeah.
So it should be picking it up from there. But let's just, to be on the safe side, let's go over here to set the color, and just double check that these things are being set. If I send it manually from here, I also get that 400 bad requests. So, I need to set these as collection variables. That's my fault. So it's currently set to like a default value. So I need to actually set my own MAC address of this here. So let me go grab that from my other environment. And that's going to go find the other window here.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna pull it out from the collection variables.
I have to go find the right screen to do this. Just pull it. And so the nice thing about the Govee light is it actually uses this MAC address and the device model number as well as your API key. So there's like a huge sort of overlap of security on, if you happen to know somebody's MAC address, you also have to know the model number, and you also have to know their
IP.
Their API key
API
in order
key.
to do anything with it. So It's kind of nice in that regard that they add a lot of security. You have to know 3 things in order to control the lights. So let me just go grab that real quick from this collection. Because my API key is hidden, I'm not too worried about the MAC address here, but this is basically the Wi-Fi MAC address of my my Govee light. Okay, so if we come back, so let me save my variable work over here. Go back over to flows. Go back to flows. Let me shrink this back over here. So now if I hit start, do we see my wall change color? Still didn't change. So let's go back to our console terminal and see what happened here. Service is busy. Try again. Oh no.
There's someone doing things manually in the backend. They're too busy.
We're getting a 500. Oh no, actually, I still need to set these values here in the collection. So, well, actually, no, they are set in the collection. I just looked at that. So I have my example MAC address. I have my example device, and this is the device I'm using. If I come over here and so we can't hover over these in the body to see what they're actually set as. But if we open the console, we should be able to drill in here to see what we actually sent over in the request body. So there's the MAC address and there's my model. So that should have sent over. So it is a problem on their side right now, unfortunately, is what it looks like.
Is it because GitHub is down?
Ooh.
Maybe they're using GitHub.
No, they're using AWS on their side, as far as I know. Although that could be problematic too sometimes. But so yeah, that looks to be a problem on their side, unfortunately.
Sever. Okay,
rotten timing.
That's fine. We can go back to that right after. Okay. Let's jump to Jan.
Yay! And you folks will need to help me a bit because I have not so much ideas what to do. I do have my so the CCTV camera shows the matrix, and this is the request. The trouble here is that I'm actually defining the matrix, which LED lights to light up through a JSON body.
Yep.
So if I go over to the actual collection and have the body here, this is what I'm sending. So we could do colors here, but I don't have values for brightness or hue. This is RGB values. And then this is the matrix. And you probably can tell what it is. Can you? Who has a good eye? On the comments, who has a good eye?
Oh yeah, because I was gonna spoil it for everyone, which was not.
I see a circle with something kind of going.
Oh, you can see it.
Yes, you can see it.
It's one of these things where you need like to squint your eyes and maybe you can see it better.
Okay. Squint and blur and stand back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me
like
send that.
Move your head and then maybe it will appear.
It needs a second to tune the exposure. Hopefully, there we go. Exposure, come on.
Oh, I can never see those secret
too bright
things.
for it.
It's hanging. No, it usually turns down, but it's really like having trouble really capturing.
Can you turn on the ambient light for the contrast to reduce?
I have. So my ambient light is on. But, well, never mind. Okay, let's work on this first. How would I replace some of this to make it dynamically?
Oh, there you go.
There it goes.
Yeah, now you can see it. It's a bit of false colors too, but yeah, this should be white.
Yeah, that is much more advanced than our like on-off. But I think so.
I do have on-off as well.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. For you, I don't think we'll be able to like set the whole like variables for each of these, but if we can already get like an on-off going, then it would allow to like turn it on and turn it off at the same time as ours.
On-off would be I would need I could turn it off like this, and then once we run the flow, that does already work. Let me switch over to flows. It still is called new flow.
Turn it off?
Yeah, no, it's another API call, but I haven't copied that over to our,
got it. Okay.
our
I thought you
collection
just...
yet. So if I start that here, it should still turn on. Didn't. Maybe because I have only assigned a current value now for authentication.
if you look at the
Mhm.
Postman console, so at the bottom. Oh, did you create a terminal as well?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Where do we access that?
Yeah, whichever one will let you see what really was sent. So you can see yours is like the second from the
All of
bottom.
these. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the console just record everything that's being sent in the space? Is it a his? Is
No.
it a his? Yeah.
No, but Jan clicks start, and
Oh,
it's still
so all
connected
of
to
them.
ours one as well.
I see.
So it's just coding them all.
So it's just a local execution, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it did send the right thing, and you didn't get any error.
Yeah, I think I know why.
Did you refresh
Sorry.
it?
Try it again. Give me a second. So yeah, there we go.
Okay.
If I turn the panel off via an API call, I also have to first turn it on via an API call because it's really a physical relay that switches off power to the LEDs. So making the matrix call doesn't help turning on their relay at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I forgot.
Okay. Fair.
But again, maybe I'm going to clear it. I do have a clear pixel as well. Sending that one. So can someone else run it and see if it turns on still?
I'll start it. Let's see. Oh wait, one or more blocks are not configured properly.
Is it me?
That might have been me.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yep. Sorry.
That's what happens when we work like several. Okay, it's being sent now. It sounds like, I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever played Minecraft.
Minecraft, the villagers.
Yeah, the villagers.
Okay.
That was
exactly where would I see that it fails?
We're a bunch of nerds. It's great.
Okay, so on my end, Jan, it said authorization required. So I'm guessing it's because I don't have your API key.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So
that's fine.
Do you want to put it into your current values as well? So I can put it on private chat?
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for the time being, how long will we be online? Like another 50 minutes or so? I said, so why not challenge our audience? The basic authentication user is generic and the password is secret123.
Are you kidding, Jan?
No, that's one of the best passwords because, well, it's secret 123.
Wait, say it again. I missed it.
Jan, can you actually, you have your screen share, so you can actually show how to persist variables. So if you go in the are you using an environment or the collection? Yeah.
No, it's in the collection. It's variables here, and then I could just.
So if you click persist,
right? That would copy it over to the initial value as well, and saving that.
We have some people waking up in the chat now that you've challenged them.
Yeah, that's great. So try it again, Arlemi. Send the request.
We'll be sending the request. Wait, let me close that. Start.
Still running.
Still assign values to variable. Oh, I need to assign it still. Why do I need to assign it?
Why do you need to assign it? If it's in the collection?
Wait, let me.
I think I was typing at the same time Arlemi was. Sorry if I was messing you up.
Let me see. So I'm looking at the console, see what happened. It still says authorization required. But I have the right things here. Yeah, I have the same setup as you do.
Yeah, the Govee light, meanwhile, is back online, and so I'm able to change my light when I run over here.
Nice.
It's green.
I mean, if it works on your screen, Jan, then we can just use you to start everything.
Okay, then let's just try one more time. Give me a second. I'm hitting run or start. No, I can't. Well, there's a button over it.
Yeah, if you can't find the bottom one, you can click the one on the left
Yeah.
as well.
It turned on as well. There
Okay,
we go.
nice. Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Okay,
Laboom.
handing it over to Ian again.
Le boom.
Laboom.
I'm so glad it's not just me now that says that on the stream.
Yeah. If you want to come back to my screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I did is I added some extra variables on mine as well to set the RGB value. And so I set it to just be all blue. But we can come in here. And by the way, the RGB value, if we set this to 255 and 108 and 55, approximately Postman orange. So now if we hit the start button over here, you'll see my wall turn orange. It'll look a little bit more of a peachy pink color, but
Ooh, it's like
but
coral.
now
Yeah.
the flow works. So, and I've got the RGB value set now as variable, so you can come in and you can set each color individually. So if you
Okay.
want it just red, you can come in here at the 0, at the 0.
So right now, all of our stuff
Remember.
is not like every time we run our flow, it's not like actively changing. It's just like doing one action, and then
Yeah.
we have to like manually reset it.
Yeah.
And then one action.
So who was it? Somebody did call successfully against my API and set some top pixels left and right. The four top most left and most right pixels. Who was it? On the chat, please
It's
disclose.
it could be that person. But let's see. Oh, it could well be John as well. Let's see. But yeah, so
Great job. Great job.
to Joyce's point, there's still a lot of manual stuff to do before we can send our request. So I'm going to take back over, and I'm going to try doing the whole. Oh, Dimi did, and it wasn't. So it wasn't too bad. Too bad. So it wasn't me. Then Dimi's saying, "I sent some requests."
Congrats, Dimi.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Great. Sorry, Joyce, I took over the clicking on the chat. Okay, so that's my screen actually that you're seeing. Okay, good to know. So Joyce, you're actually using the update light color.
Correct.
So I'm going to use the same one if I can, or do I need to delete and...
I couldn't figure out how to select a different one.
So I think it's actually searching with the text that's here. So if I remove this, now it goes back to the whole list.
Can you zoom in?
Yep, I can zoom in. Yep. So you see here I have turn on off, and that's just a search input actually. So if I search for update light color, now I can see. I just figured that out. So this would be mine because that's the working locally. Okay, we can try.
have some requests. However, at least the two hue lights don't take RGB. They take hue numbers.
Value.
Or hue values.
Yeah. But I set mine to the yellow for Pooja.
Yeah, nice.
We're all set to go.
Okay, so now we need to figure out how we set durables that can be used by everyone, which I was not able to figure out before.
What's durables?
It's the variables in flows. But so we have create data, but that's for complex data structures, which is not what we have. And then durables is set some values to be made durable.
Oh.
And now
like persistent?
Yeah, so I think I know what we need to do.
I also did a quick lookup. If we set a hue to 60, I think it's a yellow color.
Okay.
So if you're looking for yellow for Pooja, try setting a hue somewhere around 60, and somewhere around 15 or 16 should be Postman orange.
I've never met somebody whose favorite color was yellow.
I'm just gonna set a bunch of variables here, and that's all the variables that we should all be using. So we'll need the status. That's for. Do you need a status, Ian? Like on off?
No.
No. Okay. So
there can be. Well, actually, no. The on-off is actually controlled through a different endpoint.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be for Joyce and I. Again, you need RGB, so I'll give you R, which is going to be. Let me look at what. So 255.
That's an even weirder yellow. I was picturing like a chartreuse.
4. Okay. Joyce, we need you.
What, me?
For the,
Oh, hue? Oh,
yeah.
So
You need
something
hue
around
for the
60.
hue.
Yeah, something around 60.
60. Oops. 60. And then we need saturation. No, brightness. Which is going to be around
30.
50.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty bright in here, so we need like
Okay.
And then saturation, we'll just leave it to whatever it is. So now we have a bunch of durables. And my understanding is that they'll be initialized at the beginning of the flow, and we'll be able to use them wherever. So now in my different blocks, instead of doing assign value to this in here, I can go and pull from my durables, or maybe not. Do I need it to be...
Oh, connect the noodle.
Do I need to connect the noodle, or do I just need to start it once?
Why would you have access to something if the noodle doesn't connect?
Good question. That's probably the way I'm understanding this as like global variable, but yeah, you might be right. So if I connect it and I do this, you're right. And now I can just go, my state is status, and that's it. That should work.
Yep.
I see. Look at you all trying to steal my
Arlemi's
variables.
RGB. Well, no, I can grab your RGB values and get ready to send that over, and so I can build my own.
Yeah, I'm going to link my durables to everyone, and then you can all pull from it. I don't think, Jan, you need them, but you may as well pull from it anyway.
I could use them, but I think I won't do it live now.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to put the durables as the first step.
I'm using your durables.
I'm just putting some organization because you all know what my OCD is like.
And we do have some questions from the audience. While Arlemi is grooming his blocks, I'll go ahead and Hector is asking, will there be a recording available? Yep, all of our streams are available on YouTube. Our channel name is, I want to say Postman.
Yep,
it's Postman. Yep. YouTube.com/Postman.
Pooja is saying, this is so cool. Are you guys all working on the same flow at the same time?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. We're stealing Arlemi's durables.
Okay.
I can come over here and I can move something out of the way and like.
Yeah. you
really
were all
Arlemi.
moving things. I was like, no. Oh no. It's gone. Okay, so we have durable. So now the point of this is that we're able to set values for everyone. And then when we start the flow, then it's just being propagated. So Joyce, are you using the state thing?
I have the same light you do, so yeah.
So I'm just going to sneak in and see.
Oh, no, I did not.
So
I'm sorry, I did not.
You're not doing it here. I'll do it if you don't mind. Because I'm already there and then people can see. So that would be mine. That is Joyce's. So I'm going to have that use state. Now I can go back to here. Who's moving them? Okay, I see who it is. And now I have state, which should be using my durable called status.
I like how Python Nate is describing this as collaborative when really we're just trying to like.
Okay, let's do one thing. So, Jan, is your light ready to be pushed too?
Yes, I would love to have one test first because I replaced some of the JSON body with variables myself, and I'm not sure if I did it right. So could you please turn back to my screen?
Yep. I mean, I say yep, but I'm expecting Joyce to do it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was totally.
Yep, sure, I'm doing
I
it.
was so.
Okay, so this is where I did in the call. Is that like correct?
Oh, cool.
Oh
It's
yeah, yep.
RGB from, but I couldn't call it now directly from here because it would pass over that flow is durable setting.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
what
right?
you're setting here are actual variables. You're going to have to go into the flow block and actually set these variables to the durable. So it's slightly different.
Okay.
So on mine, for example, I called
Can-
mine red, green, blue. Like I actually spelled out the
Okay.
words, but I set them to Arlemi's RGB durables.
Okay, so
So
red,
they're different. So putting the
green.
double curly brace here does not use the durable name.
Yeah,
should-
but
These
it's,
are still
should-
their own variables.
You should call it the same colors though, so that you can. Oh, if you want to use Ian's durables.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
okay, let's do it like this.
Yep.
And then head over to flows.
Yep.
It's still called new flow here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't sync on your. And now, so you see your send request block.
Wait, let me scroll down.
So here, if you click assign values to variable,
Yeah, and then
you
I
can
would.
you can add new,
Go to add new.
and they should. Yeah, there you go.
So you have to actually
Like
click on the name from the dropdown. Yep. So click on red.
Oh, okay.
And then here
And then
you go and
click on the arrow next to durables. And then pick the R. Yep. There you go.
And that's it.
yep.
That's it. The great no code kind of setup here.
Clickety clickety click.
Oh my god,
Yep.
this is so boring.
Okay, not to
Okay,
self.
no saving. That's it. And
No.
if I assigned the corner ones with Puja's yellow. So if I call that now, can I make a single request here, or do I have to run the full flow?
You have to run all of the things.
Oh,
All of
okay.
the lights.
Shall we try it?
Sure.
Yep. Go
Yep.
for it.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. Come on, work, please. Yeah. But this one hanged again. I'm sorry. It did. There it
Okay.
is.
Hey, it's at corners. There we go.
Yellow.
Hooray.
So cool.
Nice. Okay, so we're all using the same durables, which is nice. Your light can only be called from your end. Yeah. So let's use
Well,
you as the.
So
No,
can we
you can do it.
test that theory though? Arlemi, if you go in and change the RGB value in that first
Mhm.
block, can you run it and see that all of our lights change from yellow to something else?
Wait. So mine is. I need to change the. Why is mine not turning on though? Mine has not
Do you
been on
wanna
for
have-
so long.
Screen control again.
Yeah, I can take over. Let's see. So I just want to check why. Oh, I probably crashed it. That's why.
Did you crash it or did somebody else?
I mean, it crashed regardless.
It crashed.
It's gonna restart the local server.
It's probably GitHub, isn't it?
Okay, so let's blame it on GitHub. Yeah. Okay, back to here. Okay, so we all pretty much set. So yours.
So one thing, Arlemi, I just sent in private chat. So everyone's going to have to set an environment variable for my Govee API key, which I shared in our private chat.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you change the RGB, my light won't change unless I hit run. So I think Joyce and I are the only ones that set it. But then on the block, each block you have to tell it which environment you want to use. It won't use. So if you pick the environment from the top right corner up here, it won't set that for the entire flow. You set it on each individual block. And so each block can use its own environment settings. And so we'll have to go in and we'll have to update each of those blocks to use that Govee API key.
So you want me to put your API key here?
Yeah, as a current value, not initial value. We don't want to share that.
Did you send the API key somewhere?
It's in the private chat.
In the private chat.
Okay, sorry. I didn't scroll back up far enough. I'll put it in the... Nope. There you go.
Current value. Putting it there as well.
Okay.
Don't forget to save.
So I'm
Yep,
going
should be
to...
working as well.
And then on each of the blocks, then you'll have to pick your environment to actually use that environment variable.
But
So
we don't need to use it, right? Because we don't need your API key.
You will, because when you hit start, it's not going to change Oh, actually,
No, because it's
no,
only
it should because it's set on
It's
my
on your
environment. So
block.
yeah, it should be okay.
Well,
Actually, no, because my current value isn't going to be set for everybody else. Everybody else is going to have to set a current value on.
yeah. So I did that. I
Oh.
did
Okay.
set the current value.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so we all have our lights ready to go. Do you want to quickly change your light to something else, Ian, so we can set it back to yellow?
Yes. Let's try. I'll just make it white now. That'll work. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, nice. All right, let's see. I see. What's happening here? What are you doing,
What?
Joyce?
I wanted to toggle my light to make it sparkle.
Okay, I'm gonna try to send this and see what happens.
Oh, mine didn't change.
Mine not.
Arlemi, you have to select the environment.
What do you mean I have to select the environment?
The El
Did you?
It's here.
Elgato keyword.
Oh, that's a bit too much.
But mine didn't change as well.
Do you need to select it in the dropdown? See how it says no environment?
No, so it's not being used for flows.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Flows doesn't use that. But for some reason, when
Let's see
Arlemi
what
hit
happens
start, it didn't
here.
send my.
Shall I try and hit start?
I got a
you got a
400
400.
from.
So that's a.
From
Oh,
you.
you don't have the MAC address set. Let me send you over that MAC address. You'll need to set the MAC address in the collection variable current value.
But to be fair,
let me-
none of the lights worked, so that was a
Mine did.
fail.
Yeah,
Did it?
Joyce's did.
Yeah.
No, but it didn't change to yellow.
It changed to a couple things. I assume that I didn't have the right. We didn't change my color. Or I didn't. Was I supposed to?
You didn't assign the values from the durables, like I did.
Let's walk through it, right?
Okay.
This is our durables. We have status, RGB, hue, and brightness.
Oh, hue. Okay, let me do
This goes to mine, which is using status. And so I'm not using the other ones. So that's probably my bad. Let's not talk about this. So here we have brightness and hue.
I hope somebody on Twitch could get a clip of all of us going.
And I want my durable brightness, and then I want you to be using
Me? Jokes. I knew that time. Context clues.
Okay, so mine should work. Joyce's, I have no clue what you're doing here.
Wait, so what I did was you wanted me to sync my hue as well. So I went to the collection. I went to the collection post update light color request. I updated the body to variabilize hue, right?
Yep.
Now what do I need to do in the flow?
So in
Do
the
I need
flow, here, for assigned values to variable, you need to make sure that they're using the hue as well. So you need to add a new one.
Okay, so I'm going to add
Oh, I
hue.
can... It's just doing things on my screen.
And then what is it supposed to be? Durable hue?
Yep.
Okay.
That is cool. Okay.
Nice.
So that should be good.
Well,
Ian.
Aww.
was
RGB.
brightness set for Joyce? It was, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Brightness, I think... Let's see. Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
But I hard coded
Yeah,
that
but it's not
instead of
assigned.
borrowing
Exactly.
a durable.
Okay, I'll just do it for you.
But I didn't
Yes.
want.
Okay. Ian, I got the 400, but I updated the
MAC address.
MAC address, so that should work.
Yep.
There's an issue here, so I'm going. Are you fixing that, Joyce?
I'm doing it in the second send request, or
Yeah,
the
okay,
last
cool.
one.
And then Jan's one. should
Mine
be good
didn't
to
work
go.
as well. Can you
It didn't
go
work.
to the
Somebody
console?
on Twitch made a clip of us all going,
Yeah. I'm just
Thanks.
opening it. It's so funny. So I got a 401. No,
Which one is yours?
the
Yours
one with
is
the
this one?
IP.
401.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you set the password?
I thought I did.
Every time.
It was secret 123
So where do I need to set that? In the collection?
in the collection variables.
Let me see. DIY matrix,
Yeah.
variables. Yeah, I do.
And then for the current one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh. Okay, let's see. That works. Okay, we go again.
Yep.
Everyone's got their light ready.
Lights ready.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Yeah, it worked on my
Hey,
end.
mine turned yellow.
What? Why is it?
Mine
Joyce
did not
turned
work.
Orange.
Sorry.
Arlemi's
Mine
didn't work at
turned
all.
4 colors, and I only have
All right,
3
I win.
API calls.
So wait, Ian's worked. Joyce
Yep,
did
mine
weird
worked.
things because she had it like I don't know how many other
I
codes
didn't do
after.
that though. Somebody else did that.
Wait, these two?
I didn't.
I did those, but somebody else changed my lights to colors that I did not approve of.
Okay. Jan, did you say yours worked?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
All right.
So mine did not work, but the reason I'm guessing is just because it's not plugged and it's run out of battery. So I'm just going to plug it and make sure it's working. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. The other thing is I see that Arlemi's title of the flow is different than my title of the flow, is different than Jan's title of the flow.
Mine still shows up as new flow. It didn't update when Arlemi changed it.
Yeah.
So I really like the nature of flows and kind of the no code. Like we don't have to go write any JavaScript for this. We can just go in and set the variables. But there is a little bit more to think about, like for these durables and the variable values and things like that to actually set to make these things do things. But the fact that we can just plug these blocks together and build stuff like this is really fantastic. I love it.
Well, and there's like a few new variable types, right? There's the durables for flows.
Durable type. Yep.
And then there's the local variables per block.
Per block, that's right. And those are different from collection variables, global variables, and so on, that each of the requests can each set and manage and manipulate. So, for example, programmers on your team could write pre-request scripts and set their variables and do some sort of pre-processing. And then you can grab that block and drop it in a flow to do something. And then you can set your own variables to interact with that data as well.
Oh, Demi is saying that, oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Demi is saying that you need to refresh to update the title. So make sure you save your changes. There it is. Thank you, Demi.
Great.
It's rather weird if you see the durables being updated live on the screen, but the title of the flows needs reloading the page.
Well, it's not as important, right?
That's true.
Okay.
Maybe.
Wait.
I also, something that kind of irks me is we have 4 people working on the same things at the same time. But if we're all working on the same block at the same time, like we're kind of getting under each other's feet. I think it's probably best to have it that real time and WebSockety. But like I was trying to update something and I didn't realize Arlemi was updating it and it kept like disappearing.
So
yeah, and the other thing is if I'm working on a block and I'm not finished, Arlemi can't run the whole flow because it recognizes that I'm changing something, and so
Yeah.
it stops that from.
That's how real time it is.
Yeah.
So I just turned off both Joyce's and my light by changing the value of the status to false because I wanted to try
Reset.
again. And the reason mine didn't work, it was I don't know if you're aware of the pepcac error.
Say it
I
again.
am. I know it.
Pepcac. Yes.
Pepcac,
Problem exists between keyboard and chair.
yeah,
Exactly.
which
A
is
user error. Arlemi
it's me.
did something.
My server did not work
Oh.
correctly, so I had to change the endpoint. Let me just set that to true now. I'm going to change the R. Let's do R0. 0.
And
I'll change
Arlemi, maybe you can let me run the flow because I can share my screen then and show that my matrix turns on as well.
I'm just
Would
going
be
to change
cool.
the U to like something else, just so we have like something
Yeah.
different. Send read. should be good to
So the
switch.
the hue is typically a number between 0 and 360, isn't it? I don't know if 60
Oh,
works.
I went with. I guess
Correct.
we'll see.
Correct. We'll see how their endpoint handles it.
Okay, the clock is ticking. Everybody looks at the screens from us as well. Background of Joyce.
Wait,
Arlemi,
before you
Ian.
hit send, Ray's is saying, what are we doing now?
Okay,
We're now turning it all on.
we're doing
Once
all of
again.
the lights.
Turn on all of the lights.
So that's what we're doing today. We had 4 lights, all connected to the internet in different ways. So for the last hours, we've just tried to make them all link together. And now Jan is going to click the start button, and let's pray that they all turn on at the same time.
Okay, let's try. Go.
Donna. Oh, mine worked.
Yeah,
Mine
it turned
works.
on, but again,
Mine didn't change, which makes me think that Jan didn't set the
Oh,
MAC address or the
I
Govee
did.
API
I
key.
did. The API. I did.
Did you do the
You
MAC
said
address?
it 3 times.
Did you do the MAC address?
No,
too?
I didn't do the
didn't
MAC
do MAC
address. Only the
I didn't do
API.
MAC address
Oh,
either.
that's why. It's in the private chat as well.
okay.
Yeah, you have to set that in the collection variable.
I'm sure we can get it. We'll get it. Let's do one more time with the right MAC address, and we can have them all work at the same time.
Okay, stop my screen
So do you
sharing,
want
please.
Do you want me to go
I
look
don't
up?
wanna show.
So Arlemi, you set the RGB value. Do you want me to go look up the proper hue so that we're all kind of the same color?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, that'll only
What
take a
is
moment.
the,
So 0, 255, 24.
What? Sorry, you said set it up as a collection variable in the Govee collection. What is the key?
What
No,
is-
the API key should be in an environment variable.
What is
because we want to keep
the-
that one private.
Oh,
the
property?
key is MAC address.
Oh, it's
Like
the
all
it's called
lowercase?
like a example MAC address or something like that. Yeah.
It's not in there.
Can somebody
Is
just
it
add
in the
it there?
environment?
No, it's supposed to be a collection level variable. If
Yeah.
you're adding it, can you just add it?
I'll add it as an initial value, and then you can.
It should be there as an initial value.
It was a different one as initial. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
in the.
yeah. So set the
collection.
current
Okay.
value to the one that I sent in the private chat.
Yeah.
Cool. So I set the durable hue to be 126. So whatever that's going to turn out to be. Should be a green color, I think, because the RGB value is like no red, all green, and a tiny bit of blue. So it should be a nice bright green color. If you can discern green, prepare to be amazed. Otherwise, it'll be kind of a Dijon sort of yellow for those with red-green color blindness.
Okay, I'm going to send it.
Are you
once.
colorblind, Ian?
Nope, but I've done some looking into it.
Research.
Yep.
I'm turning off Joyce and my light. Okay, that works.
Reset.
Oh, but
Who's
then
gonna do the honors? Is it Jan?
Mine turned green.
yeah, yours turned green.
Yeah, mine turned green as well.
Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna set mine to some other color.
Yep.
Should we bring Jan's screen on screen?
I just wanted to make sure he was done editing what he had to.
I am
edit.
done. I'm
Okay.
just trying to get my CCTV stream going.
It's just
and
watching
it's-
Netflix.
Well, maybe it works this way. Let's try it. So clock is ticking again. Everyone's off. Clear pixel. There we go. Will you bring my screen? Thank you.
Yep.
All systems go.
All systems go. Ready to roll. 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Hey, mine turned green.
Mine turned
We got
green
them
as
Yours
well.
all.
turned green.
At long last. At long
Yay.
last.
Right on time.
So Joyce and Arlemi's lights came on, but they didn't turn green. They're kind of that orange color. That's interesting.
Oh, mine
hue value
toggled.
didn't-
Oh. Mine toggled. I can update the request
don't know.
variable though, right?
You're right that it didn't use the.
Well, Arlemi, your flow request is just to turn it on or off. It's not to actually set a color.
Shh. Don't tell them. It's because
Come
my
on,
server
Arlemi.
doesn't work.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, so there's that. But there's also with the hue lights or whatever it's called. You have the color, but you also have the saturation, which
Oh, right.
changes the the range of your color.
It's
Okay.
the HSL or something. It's
Yeah.
hue, saturation, and brightness or something, or lumens or something like that.
Okay, cool.
I like the purple green that that Jan's screen is showing right now.
Yeah, that is.
Just with the saturation of the camera, it looks really neat.
And this
It's not the real colors, really. It looks totally different in real life.
Okay, we have
Cool.
a bit of time left. Just the perfect time we need to say our goodbyes and community shoutouts. But congrats, everyone.
Hey.
Just for everyone that's viewing this, they did not know what we were going to do. I just told them 20 minutes before that we were going to do Postman flows, because we just learned they were
True.
available in Postman public workspaces. So Jan had no clue how to do flows. We were all pretty new to it, but it worked. So that was great. I'm just going to remove everyone's screen. Quick overview of what we've done. We had 4 lights. There's 4 of us, 4 lights. In previous streams or as personal projects, we've opened them to the internet for people to change, whether permanently or on the spot like I did. So just from time to time, I can open a tunnel to my light. And then today the plan was to sync them all together, which we just did using flows in a kind of collaboration way where we can all do the same things at the same time, which is, it doesn't work for me because I want the blocks to be perfectly aligned, but I can see how it's super useful. And yeah, I'm never going to do that again. I don't want everyone to touch my flows, but yeah, you can do that.
Definitely needs a grid snap or something.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here hitting the start button like a boom, boom to change my light. If we had more time, we should totally set a monitor to just kind of like...
Yeah, that was the 2 options, but we've done monitors so many times on the stream that I thought we would do something else. Okay, I have a meeting in 2 minutes, and I need you all to do your shoutouts while we still can. So I'm going to start with Ian.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at IanDouglas736. I also stream on Twitch with the same handle, and you can also find me on Twitch as Ian the Postmanaut, where I stream on Tuesdays for Postman-related things.
Nice. And next will be Jan.
Yeah, thank you. As I'm a program manager on the team, I wanted to shout out to one of our programs, which is called the Supernovas. If you haven't heard of them, please make sure to check out our website, Postman website, and find the Supernova community program and apply for it. We want to see fabulous people like you in that program. It's not that hard.
You get like this cool swag and cool Postman swag, and I think there's some other perks too that are on the website, but also some like hidden perks.
An amazing network, firstly.
Yeah, and you get to work with Jan.
Is that a perk?
It is a perk.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Joyce, you go.
My shout out is another Postman directed shout out. It's about Space Camp. So Ian hosted his first Space Camp yesterday. Hundreds of people showed up. Ian, you did such a good job.
It was great.
It was
Thanks.
intro to Postman for testers, and like 70% of the folks that showed up identified as something in the test function. So we do these every month. They're free and they're hands-on, so you get to like actually learn something. And this is like, we're just kind of like organically just whatever. I'm like moving blocks. Arlemi is getting bugged by it. Like that's live streams, but Space Camps are very like strictly curated, very educational. So check out Space Camp. Just dropped a link in the chat.
Thank you. I actually don't have one. I'm just going to shout out everyone today. It was great having you all. You 3, but also everyone who was watching us and playing along. Hopefully you had a good time. And we'll see you next week for a stream about... Joyce, do you know?
Me?
Okay, I'll go.
Let me look.
What is next week's live stream? Scaffolding.
It's your
Stripe.
stream.
No.
Oh, is it not you?
Sean and Charles from Stripe.
Oh,
Gonna
yes.
come around and do some stuff with the Stripes API. I believe they have some new endpoints that they're going to play with.
It's not even available yet. It's a super secret, API.
You'll see here first. So join us next week, same time, same places, and you'd get to see some fancy Stripe stuff.
Yeah. I'm going
Right.
to go change my password now. See you
Yeah.
soon,
Okay,
folks.
good
You
idea.
all go change your password. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for coming. Bye.